Hello guys, Suresh here. Welcome back to Automation eLearn. So guys, today I'm going to talk about commits in Git, and during the discussion I will explain what is atomic commit in Git and what are the benefits and how we can achieve it while working on real projects. So while working on a project, we all perform multiple commits in a day, right? And generally what we do is we perform different types of changes and include all the changes as a part of single commit. So throughout the day we make changes to different files to fix different bugs, and at the end of the day we perform single commit which include all the changes and all the updated files, right? So there are a lot of disadvantages of this approach that we will discuss, and we'll understand like how we can derive some strategy, and how we can achieve atomic commit. So what is atomic commit? We all understand what is commit, right? We make changes and we perform git commit to commit the changes to local repository. So what should be the nature of your commit? So first thing is like your commit should be small, not in terms of size, but it is small in terms of where it is going to affect. It should be affecting single aspects of the changes, and all the updated files should belong to the same nature of changes, and our commit should be fundamentally small as we can. And another nature is like if we have a list of bugs that as a developer or as an automation engineer we have to fix, then pick one bug and make the changes to the required files and commit that changes specifically before we start fixing another bug. So your commit should fix only one problem. Or if you are developing a new feature, a new automation script, then each commit should have only one new feature in it. We should not develop 2 3 script individually and commit those as a part of single commit. So these are the points. We'll consider those points while working on git and while performing commit, then we can achieve atomic commit, and we will understand what are the different benefits we will get if we have atomic commit strategy in place. And from benefit point of view, atomic commit helps in improving the collaboration within the team, and it is easy to undo your changes. So we'll understand these benefits practically. I will explain with the help of practical example like what are the disadvantages of not having atomic commit, and how we can resolve those problems using atomic commit. So let me give you one scenario, and with the help of that scenario we will understand what are the problems of not having atomic commit, and how we can resolve those problems, how we can address those problems using atomic commit in place. Suppose I am working on one feature. So this is my branch, and some part of this feature which I will develop, my friend is going to need few changes from my branch. So this is me and this is my colleague. Suppose I have developed that feature, and after couple of days my friend is going to need that particular changes in his branch. So here we need to note like he doesn't want all the changes that I made. He is interested into specific changes which is related to a specific file. So he need that changes only from my branch to his branch. He can easily do cherry pick, and he can pick my particular commit. So let's make some changes in my branch, and we will see like how my friend can pick specific changes from my branch to his branch. So let's move to git bash. Consider a easy scenario like one requirement which I have to fulfill is renaming m1.txt to m1new.txt and adding a new content to m2.txt. So these are the two requirements. These are the two things which I have to fulfill in my branch, and these two are the separate requirement. Another example you can consider like you are working on some website project, and one requirement came is like you want to change font of footer, for example, and along with that you also receive a requirement like changing a content somewhere in some section of the website. So these two are also different requirement, belongs to different nature. If your requirement says like changing a font of header and footer and every other section of the website, then this can be considered as a one requirement, belongs to the same nature. But in one requirement we are changing a font, and in another requirement we are updating some content or we are putting some links. then nature of these two requirements would be different. And as per the atomic commit strategy, we should perform single commit per nature of requirement. So let's consider a easy scenario that I have mentioned, like my requirement says changing name of m1.txt to something else and adding a new content to m2.txt. Let's make a changes. First I'm going to rename m1.txt to m1-new.txt, and if I'll check git status, it says like m1.txt is deleted and m1-new.txt is still an untracked file. So as per the atomic commit, I should add that file to staging area and check status. So my new file, updated file is added, and we have to remove this as well. Git rm m1.txt, and we should be good. Yeah, it automatically tracked like, okay, m1.txt is the file which was renamed as m1-new.txt. So I have fulfilled my first requirement, which says like updating a name of m1.txt, so that I have done. Okay, and second requirement is m2.txt, where I have to update few content over here. So before jumping on another requirement, I should commit this change, git commit, and commit message like renamed m1.txt to m1-new.txt, some meaningful message. I have committed it, and if I'll check git log, then I have one entry says renamed m1.txt to m1-new, and I can also check what was the changes done as a part of this particular commit, and we can see all the details like renamed from m1.txt and renamed to m1-new.txt. So my first requirement is fulfilled as a part of this particular commit. Now let's fulfill another requirement, which is modifying a content of m2.txt. So we can open in the editor, and let's simply add a line. Maybe this is third line, something like this, and write and quit. So if I'll check m2.txt content, then we have the updated content, and git status will show me that this file has been modified. Git add m2.txt and git commit, give some meaningful message. Okay, now let's check log. So here I performed two commits. As a part of this particular commit, I renamed file, and as a part of this particular commit, I added new content to some file. Now coming back to my scenario, my friend who is working on the similar kind of changes, he would require updated m2.txt. He can also add the same content on his branch separately, but consider a situation where that change itself is a very big, maybe 50 lines of code. Just for the demo purpose, I have added one line, but in real project it will be like big change, right? Modifying a file at multiple places or adding a 50 lines of code. So this is change which my friend requires from my branch to his branch. So he can easily use cherry pick feature, and he can pick this particular commit from my branch to his branch. So this is how it improves collaboration. And in the opposite side, suppose I made these two changes and performed a single commit, then there will be one commit which will have changes in the m2.txt and renaming m1.txt to some new name. So there will be only one commit which will have these two requirements, right? So in that case, if my friend want to pick specific changes, then he can't do, right? Because if he will pick that particular commit, then he will have both the changes which I made as a part of my commit. He will get updated content of m2.txt, but he will also get this change as well, right? So that's the one benefit of having atomic commit in place. Like sharing a changes can be done easily, right? Another benefit of having atomic commit is, suppose you modified m2.txt, but due to some reason you want to revert that change. So there is a new requirement came, and as a part of that they want me to revert the changes which I have done in m2.txt. Here I have a separate commit for each change, so I can easily reset this particular commit and these changes will be discarded. On the other side, if these two modifications are a part of single commit, then if I'll revert the commit, then both the changes will be deleted. Whereas the requirement says like I want to revert only m2.txt changes. And that is why we should perform atomic commit, and it is always recommended like perform commits multiple times in a day. As soon as you make changes which belongs to same nature, then you should perform git commit operation, right? And we can also understand this with the help of one thumb rule of atomic commit, which is there should be only one reason to have a commit. One reason means here I changed name, so that is one reason, and here I updated content, so that is another reason. For my one change, one reason, I have a separate commit, and for my another change, another modification, I have separate commit. So fundamentally there should be only one reason to have that commit in place. So this is how we can segregate our commits, and we can have multiple commits in a day, and we can have a cleaner and nicer git history. And as we discussed earlier, like it improves collaboration, and we can easily undo the changes as and when required. So guys, this is what I wanted to share about atomic commit. Let me know in the comment section in case of any doubt or any question. And if you like the video, you can subscribe to my channel for many more learning going ahead. Thank you.